Hey guys, Crush StarCraft here, and today we're actually going to be talking about one of the biggest problems Zerg has against Protoss. This is a very special video. This is going to talk about the Death Ball. As you know, I've lost to the Death Ball probably like over 100 times already. It's probably the best Protoss versus Zerg strategy that's ever been created. I mean, this thing, if you played on the ladder like this guy, you'd probably be like 4K if you only played PvZ. So easily. I mean, you would beat 99% of Zergs on the ladder. It is absolutely impossible to deal with. Once the Protoss, there's like a timing that once the Protoss gets on 3 or 4 bases, it's an auto loss for Zerg. There's literally no way to beat it. And I have actually figured out a no micro unit composition that will do the trick. Now the way I'll actually post more videos to for you guys to see just how badly the Death Ball rapes the Zerg army, because I've tried every combination known to man before I figured out the right way to beat it. And I mean, it kills everything. And the way the Death Ball works is it's pretty much all Void Rays. It doesn't start off all Void Rays. It starts off like fast expand, Stargate, harass into like a third base, into like 6 Colossus, a bunch of stalkers, a bunch of sentries with force field and guardian shield, and then the Protoss starts adding in Void Rays, and as the Colossus die, they transition into like 10 Stargates, and it's all Void Rays, nothing but Void Rays. And obviously they can't go Void Rays right off the get-go because you do a Hydra timing push and kill them. But by introducing the little delay of Colossus, it allows them to get enough production and enough economy to actually get pretty much an all Void Ray army. And once they have 200 supply of Voids, which I know it sounds retarded, but your Hydras can't do anything to it. I mean, it will actually kill Hydralisks. It's a joke. Like the whole Zerg army will melt, and Corruptors are even worse because Voiders actually counter Corruptors. Corruptors are armored, so Voiders actually do extra damage against Corruptors. So don't ever make Corruptors to kill Void Rays because it just will not work. It's really dumb how the best Zerg air unit just gets crushed by a mediocre Protoss unit. But anyway, so this is I will show you this amazing strategy that beats Protoss players. And also, this strategy works best on players that you know are going to do the Death Ball, because it's somewhat a little bit risky, as you'll see. It's also one of those things he tries to fake a cannon, but I got Lings, not gonna happen. Also, this strategy works best on players that don't attack you for a long time. Notice this game's 24 minutes long. If the Protoss player is very aggressive and likes to all in a lot and poke a lot, this can actually be a very risky strategy, and this is not something you want to do. But luckily, it's a lot easier to beat a Protoss that pokes at you and attacks you with a weak army than it is to beat a Protoss that never attacks you and does a Death Ball. Now, notice over here I'm taking an early third of 6 minutes. I mean, this is huge. And I'm literally going to drone up pretty much this entire time. My scouting in this game is a custom game, so scouting is a little bit shitty, but normally you want to be on top of it. I already know how this guy's going to play. Basically he's going to go with a Stargate harass while he gets his third up and while he gets Colossus. And he's just going to, harass everything out of me. So over here you can see I'm losing tons of units. The Phoenix, he's going to get a Void Ray as well. He's just going to start picking stuff up. He's going to get Overlords. This is a nightmare for Zerg. This is why, and this is actually really unbalanced because this costs him nothing to get these 5 Phoenixes. Meanwhile, it does so much economic damage to me and slows me down so badly as a Zerg. Like right now I can't make drones. I have to make Queens, Spores, Hydras. I have to deal with this problem, otherwise it's going to keep killing my Overlords, keep killing supply. Notice I put Spores up. If you look at the units lost, I'm going to lose about 1,000 minerals here. It's an absolute joke for what it costs to get these Phoenix out for him. And this actually slows down my third. I mean, I can't get drones here. I can't really expo too hard. I can't do anything crazy. But eventually the Spores do go up, and I do hold this. And now he's gonna he can either all in from here or he can get Colossus, get a third base, get a push. If you look at the economy tab, I'm barely beating this guy. I mean, he's boosting probes like a madman, and I am barely beating him. Which is good. It's good that I'm ahead, but it doesn't say too much. I mean, I'm on 3 bases and I can't get enough drones. It's just kind of a joke. He's gonna keep harassing. Now, the way this strategy works is you don't make bad units. Hydras, roaches, you really don't make those units. Corruptors, etc. What you want to do is you want to save all your money for one type of unit. But you also want to wait until he maxes out his army, because you don't want to give him a chance to counter your army. And you will see what unit. So over here, this is kind of a diversionary army. Notice I have 4 lings, I have 2 hydras. I'm going to make a couple corruptors here. I'm going to make a couple roaches, but I'm actually going to largely bank my money. I'm not going to actually spend it. This is what a lot of Zergs do. They'll actually spend their money early. They'll make an army, and then at the end they'll lose because their army just sucks. Because, you know, roaches don't hit air. Hydras can't kill void rays. You know, lings can't do anything. Banelings can't do anything. Corruptors die to void rays, and that's it. You know, no amount of micro will kill a void ray in the air with Zerg. That's just the way it is. So if Protoss has a void ray heavy army, there's just no way to beat it as Zerg except for this strategy. Notice I'm not really getting upgrades except for air weapons. You can kind of see where this is going already. I'm also getting roach speed. In case he does push out, I do have the larva. I'm mass expanding here. I do have the larva to actually get a decent amount of hydralisks and roaches and etc. But I'm not actually going to make them. So this is it for my ground army and my corruptors. This is it. This is more of a diversionary thing too. He sees this and he thinks, okay, well, you know, the Zerg is going to make hydras, roaches. You can't open with the build that you want to do because you don't want the Protoss to realize, uh-oh, this guy's going mass Mutalisk, and then he just goes mass Phoenix and you lose the game. You want to wait until he's made like 1 million supply worth of Colossus and Void Rays. See this huge army? If that attacks me right now, I'm screwed. I have to make units, but you want to wait basically till the very, very end, till you have every upgrade, a ton of gas, and you just want to have like 50 mutas. So we're actually going to see this in order. Also, you want to hide the Mutalisk till the very end. You do not want to show them. You do not want him to have any idea what's going on here. I mean, notice here he's on 3 bases. He's on 4 bases. He's going to take a 5th. He's going to take the gold. From here, the Protoss player wins 90% of games. If you do not make Mutalisks at this point, all Mutalisks, you will lose every time. I promise you. There is no unit composition that will beat this army. It's about 5 Colossus, a couple Stalkers, a couple Sentries, and the rest is all Void Rays with upgraded weapons. There is just no way to beat this army. It doesn't matter what you have. It could be all Corruptors, all Hydras, a mix of the two. You can try to remax. It will not work. Will not happen. Notice here I have +3 weapons on the way. This is huge. Basically, I know I'm going to be going mass Mutalisk, and I've been hiding it from my opponent the entire game. I've been banking 4 bases worth of income, all for Mutalisks, and I am now maxed out on Mutalisks. So if you look at my army, it's this junk and like 1 million mutas. Now this, I'm actually going to free up supply. I have to get rid of this crap. So this was just a diversion, so he didn't think I was going mass muta. And now I'm going to actually send this army over to his 4th. And I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to remax on mutas. And the Corruptors were also a diversion. So he thinks, oh, Corruptors, this guy's going to try to go Roach Corruptor on me. And he gets a ton of Colossus, a ton of Void Rays. Yeah. So over here, you know, he's still scouting with the Phoenix. He doesn't really know like too much about what's up. I'm not going to show him the mutas, obviously. I'm going to hide them. But she's actually really close. If he sees the mutas here, he's going to completely switch, you know, tech paths, and I'm going to lose. But notice over here, he's at 185 supply, 195, 192. He can't switch out of this. He's invested. Look how much money he's invested. Way too much. If I kill this army, even once he finds out, oh hey, there's a ton of mutas here, man, it's too late. It doesn't matter. Once this army's dead, I will just go and I'll kill here. I'll kill here. I mean, look at this. Look at what a joke this is. How are you gonna break that as Zerg? I mean, you could set 1,000 units here and it wouldn't kill this. If there's 2 Colossus and a couple Void Rays here, there's just no way to break it. So basically, I gotta get rid of this army and I gotta remax it to mutas. I'm also waiting for +3. It's the only reason I haven't attacked yet. Just, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna go. And I send this force. And this is a joke. I mean, look how fast this melts to his army. I mean, this isn't even a real, you know. I try to pretend like I'm attacking here. Yeah, right. I just want to get rid of these units. I remax on Mutalisks immediately. You can see there's 21 in production. And he thinks, oh, this is too easy. I just, killed like 30% of the Zerg army, and all I have to do is do it again. So he comes in with this huge force. Look at all these Void Rays. And the beauty of this, I actually wait till the last second. I even let him take the gold. I let him kill it. Because I want him to think he has this. I don't want any doubt in his mind that there's going to be like a million Mutalisks here. So he's like, oh, this is easy. I just march my army in and win. He puts cannons everywhere. He's got everything covered. His economy is a joke right now. It's just money everywhere. A million warp gates, a million star gates. And watch, this is where it gets amazing. All of these mutas fly in with +3, and just watch the carnage. They just absolutely rape everything he has. I mean, absolutely rape, because they just they kill all the Void Race, they kill all the Stalkers, the Splash, the +3, and it just none of his units do anything. You can't force field mutas. The only thing you really can do is Phoenix and Storm. Those are the only ways to deal with mass muta. Obviously, if a Protoss is going Deathball like this, he will not have Storm, and obviously if if he's going Deathball, he won't have 200 Phoenix. So notice over here he tries to actually win here. Look at all these cannons. He tries to warp units in and defend. But once the Deathball is dead, once he's at 100 supply, that's it. It's over. This is it. I just kill all the bases and I win the game. And that's basically how you deal with a Void Ray Deathball. There is no other way to do it. If you try to deal with this Deathball in other ways, like corruptors or hiders, you will lose the game. I promise you. And I'll actually post replays of other players losing to this strategy. But yeah, that's how you do it. You basically trick the player to make a ton of units, max out his supply, and at the very end, you just make +3 mutas, and you win. So, yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe.